Just how low can the price of Bitcoin go? And does it even matter? China cryptically signals that it still likes Bitcoin. Australia reminds us why Bitcoin is so damn awesome. Nash has set a launch date and the Trezor giveaway winners are announced. Make sure to stick around to the end to find out who won those hardware wallets. Also guys, if you are looking for a great place to long and to short Bitcoin, EOS, XRP, and Ethereum, then check out Bybit. As an awesome bonus, you get $10 in free Bitcoin just for signing up and a further $50 in Bitcoin after depositing 0.2 Bitcoin. Now guys, this is a margin trading platform, so please do understand that it is only for experienced traders who understand the markets. There's a referral link down below for you to get signed up. So, the price of Bitcoin, the daily enigma which hangs over our every waking breath, and in our dreams too. What will it do? Nobody knows. And how low will it go before it finds strong support? Well, today saw a bit of fun action as the price of Bitcoin dropped around $400 or $500 and then popped straight back up, all within a very, very short time frame, which just showed that we are currently seeing some really decent support for Bitcoin just above the $9,000 mark, but also that this kind of turbulence is really just the struggle between the bears and the bulls to take charge of the market, with neither of those parties definitively getting on top at the moment. Currently, we are seeing the markets make a spirited defense of the 0.5 Fibonacci line. Many traders are also eyeing up the CME Bitcoin futures gap to help guide their kind of bearish outlook that many people share currently, which would essentially bring the price of Bitcoin nearer to the $8,500, even down to the $7,500 range, which is where we have very strong historical support levels as well. Now, people are also looking at the line with the 0.618 Fibonacci line, which kind of lines up with the CME's futures area. Although after the $9,700 dip in early July and then the $8,800 dip in mid-July, Bitcoin has not yet painted a lower low. Now, if it does hit these $8,500 levels that so many traders are eyeing up, then yes, we would have a third lower low, which basically indicate the continuation of the bearish sentiment in the market. And thus, there could be some more pain ahead. But if it fails to make a new low, then it could be a good, solid accumulation time before we gear up and move into the next run. We still need to see, though, decisive moves to keep the price above $11,000 and $13,000, key areas of resistance, especially since $10,000 has been so damn fragile. But the short-term outlook is a bit bearish. But that being said, of course, anything can happen. Bitcoin has a habit of surprising and disregarding what you would like it to do. And with the general group think at the moment, kind of looking down to the $8,500 levels or even a bit lower before we have that kind of strong rebound happen, I would not be surprised if Bitcoin just pulls a funny joke on all of us and just blasts off to the moon again. But buyer beware at the moment. But while I have quite a bit of fun watching and speculating about the price of Bitcoin, personally, none of this stuff really bothers or phases me for the long-term vision because there are so many reasons to be bullish about Bitcoin and really not to be very worried about the day-to-day price noise. For example, Bitcoin hodling is on the rise, with dormant Bitcoin wallet addresses hitting new all-time highs of 21%. Specifically, the amount of Bitcoin unmoved in the last 6 to 24 months has increased big time, meaning that a lot of Bitcoiners are accumulating for the long haul. Now, of course, you have to keep it real that some of that Bitcoin is part of the lost Bitcoin or newly lost Bitcoin, but whales were definitely buying in during the bear market. Also, the start of a new Bitcoin bull market has coincided with the minor capitulation, which we saw earlier this year, which if you remember all of those stories we covered late last year and early this year about mining farms shutting down and mining companies going out of business. Really, only the most powerful and nimble mining players were able to stay profitable during that time, Well, this was an interesting indicator for the recovery of the markets, and it is an event which has historically led to large price rises after the minor capitulation. And Bitcoin price tends to rise from these bottoms to grow by 100 times. Now, I'm not sure that's going to happen again because that's a massive number, but something to keep in mind. Also, miners who did survive the depths of the bear market are also not likely to be cashing out cheaply now. We are less than a year away from the Bitcoin halving event. Miners will be pushing hard to accumulate as much Bitcoin as they possibly can in the run-up to the Bitcoin block reward halving. Basically, these guys have around 11 months to squeeze out every bit of juice possible before their machines lose 50% profitability overnight. And the Bitcoin inflation rate, of course, then drops to under 2% for the following 4 years. Bitcoin will become very, very scarce on the markets following this event. Some analysts have even speculated that miners will not be selling under the $6,500 mark. So maybe that's where the bottom is going to be. Currently, Bitcoin is 5 times as secure as it was when the price was twice what it currently is today. That means there is a crazy amount of Bitcoin mining machines mining Bitcoin on the network, and that the strength of the network compared to the market price of the coin is currently quite a bit out of alignment. Be patient, guys. Take that long-term perspective. Remember why we are here in the first place. Bitcoin is about freedom of money, freedom of speech, with the side bonus of financial wealth creation and preservation. When you detach yourself from this kind of day-to-day price noise, then riding the waves becomes a much easier feat. Remember, too, that as the political and economic dysfunction globally continues to grow, more and more high net worth individuals, as well as regular Joes and massive institutions, and yes, one day even countries, it's only a matter of time before the first country announces that they will start stacking up big time on Bitcoin. And guys, let's just keep it real too. Bitcoin under $10,000 is a thing of beauty, not something to fear. If you missed buying Bitcoin at $3 or $300 or more recently at $3,000, if you're new to crypto, maybe you didn't have the chance to get it back then don't worry. The opportunities are still here, guys. Buying Bitcoin today is a great long-term value. If you can get it for $8,500 when your dollar cost averaging in, well, that's great. But there are no guarantees that that is where the price is going to go. Also, over the weekend, we have had some weirdly positive Bitcoin news out of China. The Bank of China seemingly has a favorable stance on Bitcoin, which is really, really weird because officially the government of China is quite hostile towards Bitcoin. The Bank of China posted an infographic on its website explaining how cryptocurrency works, what its uses are, and what its value is. Now, this bank is one of China's top 4 biggest state-owned commercial banks. But to be clear, this is not the Chinese central bank, the one which decides the monetary policies of the country. It is a commercial, although state-owned bank. So there's that to keep in mind. But overall, the tone of the infographic was rather positive, which is kind of confusing considering the stance of the Chinese government on Bitcoin. Could this be the start of something? Who knows? It is, after all, just an infographic, guys. But also remember that the Bank of China said this a week after the U.S. Treasury Secretary announces his dislike of Bitcoin. The U.S. President announces his dislike of Bitcoin. Very interesting, isn't it? Now look, guys, I'm not saying that it's aliens, all right? But it's probably aliens. No, anyway, guys, let's move on to our next story over in Australia, where the government is moving forward with their plans to outlaw the use of cash for purchases in excess of $10,000. Because if you have cash, then of course you must be a criminal, right? Guilty until proven innocent seems to be the standard assumption when it comes to you and any money that you do not store in a bank, which is beyond insane. Just last year, Australia was rocked by the findings that for decades, all of the major banks had been doing absolutely scandalous things, including bribery, forged documents, repeated failure to verify customers' living expenses before lending them out lots of money, mis-selling insurance to people who can't afford it, and charging fees to clients who died, amongst other things. Also, in 75% of instances, the licensed professional financial advisors working for the banks recommended products to people that went against those people's best interests and which favored the bank. Are we surprised? No, of course we're not. So there's a pretty good reason for your average Australian to feel disgusted by the corrupt banking cartels which have a stranglehold on their country and might not want to put their money there. But under this new law, if it passes, then if you want to go out and buy a house or a car or a boat, maybe just an expensive television, or well, anything that costs you over $10,000, then you are forced to go to one of these criminal mafia cartels and give them all of your hard-earned money just to have the privilege to then spend your own money to buy something that you need or want. And of course, you have to then hope that that bank doesn't decide to freeze your bank account, because you walking in with cash and putting it into your bank account is in of itself a suspicious event which may lead to the bank reporting you to the government and freezing your account. It's pretty whacked, isn't it? And look, Australia is far from the first country doing this. In fact, $10,000 is kind of a gracious amount for your banking overlords to allow you to use. Other countries have much lower limits on what you can and cannot do with your own money without being considered a criminal. Just another day of the system proving why it is so damn irreparably broken and why we need to have cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin has no spending limits. It will never report you. It will never deny you. It will never freeze your account. Bitcoin is such an obvious shining light compared to all of these banks and their dirty, dirty games. Now moving on to some exciting news that Nash, the long-awaited decentralized cryptocurrency exchange, will be going live on August 23rd. Now it's going to start off with Ethereum and Neo cross-chain trading, as well as fund management tools and fiat on-ramps and off-ramps. More features promised to be coming soon. Obviously, though, one of those coming soon features had better damn be Bitcoin cross-chain trading. I think that Nash is really going to struggle to become a big and powerful DEX without having Bitcoin built in. Now, obviously, that is part of the plan for Nash, but the sooner that happens, the better it's going to be. Nevertheless, I am excited about the launch of Nash and plan on using it, and I will do a review for you guys, a tutorial on how to use Nash when it does come out. Because if any DEX is going to shake things up, then it's likely going to be Nash. And finally, guys, the winners of the Trezor Model T giveaway. So let's see who our winners are going to be. Okay, guys, let's see who the first winner is for the Trezor wallet. Who's going to be Paul Alexander. Paul Alexander, congratulations, from South Africa. Very good stuff. Trezor wallet coming your way. So let's see who the second winner is going to be. Picking winner. Hey, all right, Adam S. At least grow the same mustache here as 1980s style. Thanks for the video. Congratulations on winning yourself a Trezor wallet. Now let's go over to the Twitter retweet competition. Who is our winner going to be over on Twitter? Let's hold this down, see who we got. Hey, Tony Rowe, congratulations. Big congratulations to the winners, and of course to everyone who participated in this giveaway. Also, thanks again to Trezor for helping with this giveaway by giving away these 3 hardware wallets. Can the winners please email me at thecryptolark@gmail.com for details on how to claim your prize. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate your time as always, and you guys, seriously, you rock so much, so thank you so much. And of course, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. Click that bell to know when I put out a new video. Hit the thumbs up button if you did enjoy this one. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.